please tell us your name and tell us about your project?
Hello everyone, my name is Edwin Turner Cottingham, and I was one of the observers of the team that inevitably proved Einstein's relativity theory by solar eclipse observations.
What were you guys trying to do or find?
The main purpose we had was really just to determine what effect was produced by a gravitational field on the path of a ray of light that was traversing it, or if any effect at all occurred. We had proposed three main possibilities. 1, the path was completely uninfluenced by gravitation. 2, the energy or mass of light followed along with Newton's laws and was affected by gravitation accordingly. And 3, the path followed the proposed theory given by Einstein's generalized relativity theory.
Where did the project or experiment occur?
In order to observe the deflections necessary for proving or disproving all three of the proposed ideas, our experiment had to be conducted during a total solar eclipse. Because we were concerned that the weather might pose a problem, we actually split into 2 separate expedition teams. I was with Arthur in Principe, a tiny remote island just off the coast of Western Africa, and our other team was set up in Sobral, Brazil.
What other significant events were happening around the world at that time?
World events actually played a big role in our expedition. We were originally delayed in getting our necessary equipment because factories were too busy making weapons, armor, and everything else the country needed. When World War I was finally over in November 1918, we were in such a rush to get our instruments and traveling supplies together, but somehow we actually pulled it all together in time for the expedition in 5 short months.
Who else was involved in the project?
Well, many individuals helped us tremendously with gathering materials and instruments before we left, and others helped with accommodations and arrangements as far as getting us to our observation sites. That being said, the actual expedition teams consisted of Dr. Cromlin and Mr. Davidson. They were the Sobral team, and myself and Professor Eddington were the Principe team.
What was your role in the project?
I was basically Professor Eddington's right-hand man. We worked together to venture out to our observation site and set up all the equipment. During the actual eclipse, I gave the exposures and attended the driving mechanism while Professor Eddington changed the dark slides.
What impact did your project have on the physics community?
I think our project had a huge impact. Anytime you can prove or disprove a theory, you've made progress of some kind. In our case, we did say we suggested more observation just to further prove the theory. However, our results left little doubt in the physics community that Einstein was right in his thinking when he proposed his generalized theory of relativity.
Did you run into any struggles or problems during your expedition?
Unfortunately, yes. It was very wise of Professor Eddington to split us into 2 teams with 2 different locations because, honestly, it was the Sobral team's expedition that had the more reliable results. While a rare occasion in the month of May in Principe, an intense thunderstorm began on the morning of the eclipse. The sun came out a few times here and there, but we were starting to think we weren't even going to see the eclipse at all. Luckily, it did clear up some during the eclipse, but the clouds still interfered, which led us to put most of the weight of the actual results with the Sobral team.